Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 7th round of Season 6 of, or 8th round. God dang it! That means I messed up the description. Wow, we're off to a great start. We are at Spa-Francorchamps for this round of the ACC GT Challenge in ESR. I am Cole McCray, and today we're joined by David-Brosh. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello, indeed. Oh man, this is going to be quite an interesting race already. As we can see, we've got quite a field, 19 cars, not including. Actually, no. Our steward is not in there today, so we got 19 cars, and it is going to be quite the race today at Spa, one of the legendary tracks, one of the most famous historic tracks. And it's going to be a good one. No shortage of controversy whenever we come here usually. And right now it's got good conditions, a little cloudy maybe, but not too bad, and not too bad to speak of. Let's pop in here, get us some more personal action. Not too many unfamiliar faces today. Oh, there's Neil Sutherland. He just showed up. Welcome, Neil. So we've got George Whitley in the 6th place right now in the new M4. I'm kind of surprised that they're allowing that right now. From what I've heard, there's been a little bit of controversy that it might be a little unbalanced. I guess that hasn't reached this series quite yet. Let's have a look. See, yeah, he's still
That's
in the
what usually
M4.
happens with new cars, isn't it?
Yeah, right. So interesting. Well, clearly he's putting it to good use in 6th place, right behind Max Simmons. I'll assume that he is marked as unknown pi in the booking section. But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting race. We've got our normal standard format today, just one sprint, 60-minute race with a pit stop required.
What is Silvestri doing?
I'm not sure what Silvestri is doing. I don't think he's here right now.
How did he get there?
Not sure. Not entirely sure. Whoops. Okay. I'm getting a request from Martin. Go full screen on the game. All right. If our stream blows up, blame Martin. Okay, we're now full screen at the request of our Lord and Savior Martin Edmonds, who is watching our stream right now. Hello, Martin. But anyway, so a quick. Actually, Martin, sorry, I'm gonna have to disrupt your viewing experience for a second here. Okay, sorry, I had to steal my mouse back. As we wrap up qualifying, 6 minutes left, let's have a brief overview of the standings as they sit right now. We got Matthew Higgs currently sitting on the top with 590 points, leading Max Simmons with 570. Sorry, I'm getting more word from Martin. Albert Arjona in 3rd with 559, leading Sean Kenny with 544 in 4th place. Javier Castaño-Muñiz in 5th with 522. Javier Eugeni in 6th with 504. Marco Bessi in 7th with 498. Martin Smith in 8th with 480. Spencer Taft in 9th with 431. And Jean-Marco Silvestri in 10th with 428. So it's pretty close between all the top spots. I don't think there's any single spot with more than 20 points between them. Well, Taft to Smith, there's like 50 points. But still, that's not a whole lot considering 17th place finish is 51 points. So it's pretty close in the top 10, which is not something we can say a lot for these championship races. For the team championship, we got Team Optimum Racing with Sean Kenny, Matt Higgs, and Brandon Baker with 1,176 points. AXRT is trailing them by about 90 with 1,084 points. That is Albert Arjona, Javier Castaño-Muñiz, and Wesley Stokes, all of which appear to be here today. And then finally for 3rd, we got Rinaldi Racing with Tommaso Bino, Marco Bessi, and Jean-Marco Silvestri. Interesting, we have Tommaso Bino here today. He's in 18th place. But not Silvestri. I wonder what's going on there.
Silvestri is on pole, sir.
Oh, he is. Oh, sorry, he's on pole. Dang.
That's what I was saying. How did he get there?
Oh, how did he get there? Okay, got it. Okay, I didn't see him. He's behind a Parsec logo for me. Yeah, good for him. He's barely edging out Matt Higgs by a 100th of a second. Pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
we should bump Hicks down a couple places.
Yeah, can we get a word to the administrator to just shunt him down a couple of? I think ninth would be probably good.
Yeah,
He could
just
he
to
could join
see him,
Kenny.
just to prove a point.
Exactly. But yes, so not too many upsets. Wesley Stokes is not doing as well as usually does down in 15th. Um, sorry, continuing to get additions. And Martin says he can't hear you, but I can hear you just fine in my TeamSpeak, so that's interesting. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Um, yeah, uncharacteristically, Sean Kenny is not doing well. Sean Kenny's not doing super well, down in ninth. I wonder, Brandon Baker appears not to be here, so that's going to be interesting for the Optima Racing guys. They're, I think, 90 points down in the championship right now, or AXRT is. Uh, yeah, 82 points. No, 88 points down. So that's going to be interesting. If Higgs and Kenny have traditionally been pretty strong, but with the extra points afforded by Wesley Stokes in the AXRT team, we might be in for a little bit of an upset coming up in our, because this is the penultimate race of the season. I am almost 100% certain. Yeah, so this is Spa. Bathurst is our last race. It's on January 2nd, and it's gonna be a double parking race for all the marbles. So it'll be very, very interesting. Oh, a face we haven't seen in a long time actually is Tyler Ageley in 14th place. I haven't seen him in any of these races in quite some time. So good to have you here, Tyler. Yeah, I don't think you're registered, but that's okay. Well, oh no, he is. Yeah, Tyler's been a frequent of our Assetto, or our not Assetto Corsa, our race room championships. I haven't seen him in ACC before, I don't think.
Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, the man is. There he is in his Aston Martin vintage.
Why would you run this livery then? Yeah,
It could be better. I mean, there's also worse though. Like
it's
it's I
just,
don't.
it's just blue.
It's we got some white in there and some
Yeah, but
swooshies.
blue.
But you don't like blue or something?
Well, not this shade in particular, no.
Um,
It's
I
just
like
kinda,
it. I think it's
it's
okay.
just, I don't know, it's just kinda underwhelming in general.
I mean, it's not particularly creative, but I don't think it's bad.
I like the 59 on top. They
The
could go
59 is
10.
kind of neat.
I mean, if they went 10 numbers up, then
Yeah, then it'd be the best livery.
yeah, definitely. It would be a, as they say, nice livery.
Yeah. It would be the nicest. Uh,
Did Higgs change livery again?
oh yeah, when did that happen? Wait, wasn't he orange? I feel like he's been orange.
I think
Wait,
he was running the Golf, wasn't he? Or
I
was
don't
he?
think there's a
No.
Gulf livery
No,
in the
there's not.
McLaren.
No, no, no. But he was running different color, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
I think that's Wesley Stokes. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I kind of think that maybe he was in a different livery, but also I think that he wasn't. I think it was.
We also didn't see much of him since he was like 20 seconds ahead of everyone. At least
That's
the
fair.
last race I commentated.
Yeah, well, that's probably about right. There's one interesting car I'm looking for. I don't think he's in this race. There's a guy registered on the booking list named Aimbot V2. Great name, by the way. Who's got a really interesting Gulf kind of pattern McLaren.
Really
But
good for sim racing, I guess.
yeah, right. I mean, if you can find a way to make aimbot work in sim racing, I guess you deserve whatever points you get, I suppose.
Higgs would pay all the money for aimbot to punt people off. Just auto lock on, for the car in
Exactly.
front of you.
It gets some Forza style auto steering in here. Okay, so as we're wrapping up, actually the XRT boys are still not finished yet, so we'll wait for them to Get in the pits. I forget. Was Archie who's in 11th? Was he in the last race? I feel like he
It
wasn't.
was the last race.
Yeah,
I
yes, he
wasn't
was.
here for the last race, I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
right?
that's right. Yeah, you weren't here for
Yeah, the
Suzuka.
last race I did, I was Imola, and Archie definitely was in Imola.
Yeah. Well, the last race he placed 11th and he got 69 points. So looking for a very nice finish.
Nice.
Yeah. Here at ESR, we're the purveyors of the most original comedy. So yeah, looks like, I mean, unless an absolute miracle from
Castagno?
Castagno happens, let's watch him instead of this
Yeah.
wonderful still life. Just finishing up, crossing the line now, and he's not able to make good.
So
So
it's a pole for Silvestri, damn.
yeah, he's got some pace today. I mean, in fairness, he always has quite a bit of pace.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
he's just got to make good on it for the rest of the
He
race.
also does put a lot of laps in practice for each race, as far as I know.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our official qualifying. We have Gianmarco Silvestri in first, followed by Matt Higgs, then Javier Castaño Muniz, Abel Arjona, Max Simmons, Marco Bessi, George Whitley, Dominic Turcott, Martin Smith, and Sean Kenny, making some time up, but just enough to get into the top 10. Okay, so real quick, I look at our track conditions. Optimum, so that's the best track conditions we can have, followed but it is pretty cloudy, so the temperatures are pretty low. We'll have to see if the Porsches can make good on that. I'm actually kind of curious that Javier Eugeni didn't do better. The M6 I thought was a pretty speedy car in a straight line.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. It works quite well in Spa, as far as I remember.
So kind of curious, especially because he's been able to make do on it where tracks where he shouldn't have considering the car. So because he's been top 10 pretty much this entire season. I mean, he's sixth right now. Actually, yeah, he's been top 10 every single race except for Imola where he didn't finish. So kind of surprising, but as we know, he'll just
Teleport
yeah,
right
he'll
up.
just vanish sometime in the race and then reappear in the top 5 when we're
Like,
not looking.
pretty much like Simmons was doing in Imola. I think he
Yep,
was attempting the Eugenie tactic.
exactly. So a little bit of strangeness. Marco Bessi in sixth. Uncharacteristically good qualifying. Not that he generally does poorly, but
Well, he was
normally
sixth in Imola, I'm pretty sure, as well.
was he?
Yeah,
Uh
he definitely qualified top 10 in Imola. I think it was 6 and 7 for the
oh yeah,
Ferraris.
yeah. It was his yeah, Emily he placed fifth. Okay, so maybe I was thinking of someone else. I think I was thinking of Bellino, who's in 19th right now. In any case, Tyler Ageley in 15th. Haven't seen him in a while. John Barker also in 18th. We kind of thought I kind of expected a little more out of the Audi driver, but the Audi is pretty slow in the straights as far as I understand, and so that's combined with its tendency to oversteer, that can be kind of punishing on Spa, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Although giving a little bit of credence to the fact that the M4 is a little extra speedy, George Whitley in 7th. He's a bronze driver, um, and so far he's gotten 1/16th place finish at Imola. So
Simmons
maybe
dragging.
we might have to
uh,
see some BOP action going on following this race.
Simmons dragging the Honda into 5th place again, consistently dragging in the top 5. It's quite amazing. The car has no right being that high up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've heard mixed opinions about the NSX as far as its performance. I always was under the assumption that it was kind of slow, but I've had conversations with Max saying that it's actually not that slow
I
in the
mean, he was
straights.
driving the Rex the last season.
That's fair. he he's perhaps got a different perspective than I. I mean, yeah, we've got Max Simmons in 5th and John Archie in 11th. That's pretty respectable, especially considering how dependent on straight line speed Spa is. Need to pull up a map of this track. I always forget the turn names. Stupid
I mean, there's quite a
French.
lot of them as well.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Well, there's fair. Isn't there something like 30 turns?
What? There's 19.
Oh, there's 20. Okay.
19.
Well, on the Wikipedia image, it shows it counts the chicane as 2 turns.
Yeah, so it does on my map. Does it count the camel by any chance? That's like the
Uh,
only one I can think of it could count.
not that I can see.
Well, that's weird.
Huh. Whatever. All that matters is that there's chaos and action on the field.
Yes.
So I swear that the friggin' pre-race timer is longer every time we use it. Well, in any case, the way we have to look at this race right now is that Matt Higgs and Sean Kenny have some work to do. They are, like I said, 88, I believe I said, points out. They're out and ahead, but they are lacking an extra driver. Brandon Baker is not here today. So, with AXRT having a full complement of 3 and they're qualifying really well, they kind of have the most to lose. They stand to lose the most, at least in this race, just because. Yeah, all they have to do is really stay where they are and not crash and finish well. It would help if Stokes got up, but like I said, there's over 50 points up for grabs just for being 17th, I
Rolling
believe.
up.
So we'll have to see how this kind of unfolds. And we're going for our short formation lap. Already there's a little bit of traffic.
Silvestri falling asleep.
I mean, I probably would have fallen asleep too if I had to sit there for about 27 hours like they did just now.
Yeah.
Okay, the auto director wants to look at the back of the field for some reason. Let's not do that. So we're
I
coming up
always
to the start-finish line. Ready for green. Silvestri at the pole. And we're green flag for the penultimate round of Season 6.
That's a good start from Hicks.
Already from Eau Rouge, it's getting chaotic as we kind of expect.
Silvestri losing positions.
Doesn't look like we have too much. Actually, everyone got through clean. I don't think I saw a single car off.
No, that's successful.
So Silvestri lost quite a few positions. Both the XGT guys are making moves around him as they get into Lacombe. Uh-oh. It's going to get... Ooh, actually, no, not too bad at all. They're going 2 to 3 wides, so there's plenty of action. Silvestri trying to hold off Arjona. And Simmons trying to go around the inside of him as well, having a look. Oh, Arjona I think he got a little anxious. Either that or he had a little bit of snap oversteer. In any case, he lost a couple positions, but that's not too bad, all things considered. Dominic Turcotte making huge moves. Oh, someone went off in the background. I think that was Martin Smith. Also, George Whitley facing off with Archie. Looks like he got the better of him. Is that Javier Eugeni I see in the background? Yeah, I think it is. There he is. He's appeared in 9th place. So he's starting his run up already. I don't know how that worked.
It just happens.
Yeah.
I don't think we should question it.
It's just the natural state of the universe, I think.
Yeah.
So Jean-Marc Silvestri falling to 4th place. Not the
third,
best start. Oh, now 3rd. Huh, interesting. I guess I was looking at the wrong timing. Already cars are starting to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, Higgs is already making a gap for himself. I think that's the last we've seen of him.
Yeah, especially after he was behind Silvestri up to Eau Rouge. Oh, it's getting hectic. I think that's Wesley Stokes actually getting shoved wide. No, it isn't. Yeah, it's John Barker. So the back is where all the action's happening right now. Looks like Albert Arjona's in trouble a little bit. Being hunted down by Martin Smith. Sean Kenny in the background having a look in the inside of Eugeni. But he gives it up. In the very background, we got Tyler Ageley going a little bit wide into the chicane, the bus stop. This is already exciting, and I'll be honest, I'm surprised that we haven't had any like big accidents yet.
Yeah, it's Spa, it's Eau Rouge. There are always accidents. I think we just have to sit and wait, honestly.
So George Whitley setting the fastest lap somehow, in spite of the fact that he lost a bunch of positions. I'm not sure how that works. We got Spencer Taft going on the inside of Tyler Ageley as they come into as they finish up the Kemmel Straight.
The BMW is just a rocket ship in a
It
straight
is.
line.
John Barker diving into the pits. He might have taken some damage, or either that or he maybe missed his setup or something. I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. Whitley going on the inside of Taft. Nice textbook pass there. Yeah, you can just see the straight line speed of that BMW. Sean Kenny still being held up by Javier Eugene. I wouldn't say held up, but they're battling. He's going around the inside of Pool. And that's just going to be it. Yeah, that BMW just can't hang with the McLaren around those little high-speed corners, I think.
He's gonna get him back on the back straight.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Eugenie's play, is just playing the waiting game while he holds off people through these tight corners here. So let's have a look at Ageley. They're in a nice train. Whitley, Butler, Carnelosi, and Eugene. Wait, yeah, Whitley, Ageley, Butler, Carnelosi. There we go. And also Taft at the back there, just joining up. Look at Dominic Turcotte. Looks like Martin Smith is battling with Albert Arjona. I think Arjona just got by him actually, because he's now ahead. So this might be something to watch. A couple of road dives later.
They swept positions like 3 times already.
Yeah. That's gonna be good. I want to watch them as they go through Eau Rouge, then we're gonna switch to Butler because it looks like there's some action going on over there. Great textbook. This train is still as fun as ever.
Let's just watch the new BMW in a straight line. I'm quite interested in that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that thing is fast.
That's just not fair, is it?
Well, I've heard complaints, so I think I believe him now. Tyler Ageley with a dive under Alan Carnelosi. Oh, he looks like they get a little bump wide as James Butler tries to avoid the accident. Now Whitley gets the opportunity to go around the outside of Ageley as they approach Bruxelles. And Ageley is not able to hold them off as they come into Pouin. And that's going to be the way it stays for now. Looks like the twin Lamborghinis have actually made okay on their deal. I wonder if Butler might have given the position to Carnelosi. Not entirely sure what happened there. Huh. Speaking of, Martin Smith is having a fun time, it looks like. Oh, just kidding, not really. I fooled you. So short of back here, it looks like Taft is having a good time. Battling with John Archie, who's fallen considerably since the start. Also got a view of Biino versus Stokes in the background. This is the battle for 15th and 17th. Come into the bus stop. Pretty mild. Looks like Butler's going to go around the inside of, well, I guess now it's the outside of Carnelosi. Losaurus is a dive opportunity for Carnolosi to get it back, but they're side by side. We'll have to see how they negotiate Eau Rouge. I gotta say, there are a few things I want to do less in sim racing than go side by side through Eau Rouge.
Definitely.
It's like it worked out by virtue of Butler just being too far ahead.
Done that once, not doing it again.
Yeah. Up to Martin Smith battling Albert Arjona still for 8th place or 7th place. They're out there catching up to Marco Bessi ahead, who appears to be struggling slightly. He's lost some time on Turcotte ahead.
Silvestri seems to be gaining on Castagno though.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he's only half second out. We might have to switch up to that after if this battle doesn't render any results soon. Still got the epic train for 14th or 13th, I guess. Oh, oh no, that's Dominic Turcotte off in the background. Really quickly. Oh, he had an awful. Looks like he might have spun into Pouin, and is now 18th, where he used to be 5th. That's going to be a recovery drive and a half.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. You see James Butler. So let's see how that affected the top a little bit. Doesn't look like too much. The Smith-Arjona battle seems to have fizzled out a little bit. And the top 6 have all spread way out by now, so I think this is where it's at. Yeah, you can just see the gap that the M4 can make. Even with the Aston Martin of Ageley under tow, George Whitley can just gap him. That's kind of incredible. I'm kind of curious how they're going to end up balancing that, because I mean, this game likes to be here, as opposed to Race Room, which doesn't do this so much. This game likes to be strictly following of reality, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Race Room, normally they take some creative liberties in balancing. It looks like Tommaso Bino going off on the source. And we got Taft versus Archie in the background. Yeah, whereas Race Room normally is keen to rebalance their cars. I'm not sure this game is so much. Getting the draft around the NSX as they finish the Kimmel Straight. Maybe for a double overtake. No! Ew! Carnolosi blocks him. Archie goes sliding, but recovers it. Nice save. Great pass by Spencer Taft on John Archie. And up front we see James Butler versus Tyler Ageley heating up. Well, Matt Higgs still holding off first. And Arjona continuing to struggle against Sean Kenny a little bit. Well, actually, the battle's kind of fizzled out, but he's still falling a little bit. Tyler Ageley going off in Pouin. That's not Tyler Ageley. That's oh no, it was Ageley. Never mind. For a second, I thought it was Jeremy Reeder. So that does throw a bit of a wrench in this championship fight, because now Kenny has moved up and Arjona has moved down quite a bit. So that's worrying for AXRT. While they're still probably going to win this round. Looking at Silvestri, who's battling Max Simmons. But if they're still pretty much guaranteed to win this round. However, if Stokes can't make up any positions, and if Arjona continues to struggle against Kenny, they are putting the AXRT, that is putting their championship fight a little bit in jeopardy. Sorry, I was hypnotized by Max Simmons' neon racing outfit. You can probably see him from space.
Tanya seems to be losing time to Higgs, while Silvestri is gaining back what he lost.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's got less than a second to Castagno. That'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
again.
I mean, Silvestri is no stranger to controversy, so he's gonna have to be careful around one of the championship hopefuls. As Taft makes an excellent dive under Carnelosi,
Those two have
and
been squabbling for quite some time now, huh?
they have, yeah. And looks like John Archie's wanting a piece as well. Maybe he's gonna go around the inside or outside of Taft. A
He
really
has to avoid
interesting.
Carnelosi.
Yeah, that's a really interesting choice. Looks like Taft is struggling to get grip on that front end of that McLaren. Maybe even holding up uh, Archie.
Yeah, Higgs is just running away with it once again.
Yeah, well, especially in places like Spa, it gets easier and easier to do that as the race goes on, just because of when these fights break out. There's some real damage that can occur, both literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, Sylvester seems to just be going back and forth around the second mark. Always gets close and then somehow loses it.
Yeah, this is be a really interesting set of circumstances because now Simmons is conceivably within striking distance. I think the NSX and the Ferrari are pretty even as far as speed goes. We'll have to see. I mean, unfortunately, we have this entertaining battle with John Archie going on the outside of Spencer Taft as they approach the bus stop. He's going to try and outbrake him, but he's got to be worried about Carnelosi, who's going to try and block. And now Beino's in the fray.
Archie finally gets past.
Yeah. So you see the AXRT Golf Porsche of Wesley Stokes behind. He's got a little bit to worry about because while basically he's free points for his team, the more he can get, the closer their championship comes. So if he can, any points he can gain past, about 17th or where he is, the better. Arjona is still struggling to match pace with Marco Bessi in 5th. And Silvestri continues to close in on Castagno. He's now down to 8 tenths.
Yeah, he's been there like 3 times already. It almost seems like Silvestri just gains 4 tenths in one sector and loses the 4 tenths in the other, with the gap to Simmons as well.
Yeah, it's totally possible. I mean, it makes sense to have a best sector, and if you have a worst sector, it's odd, but it's
Yeah,
not
it
unheard
shouldn't
of.
make a difference of 4 tenths though, should it?
Well, if you have a really good sector and a really bad sector, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Hey, that's me at Spa. I have my sector.
I'll always I was solid in the first and third sector because they're pretty much straights.
Yeah.
And then I lost like second and a half, 2 seconds in the second sector because that's where all the turns are.
Yeah. That's the weird thing. I just cannot figure out the third sector, which is weird because, like you said, they're basically just a couple of straights linked together. First
Yeah,
is
pretty much
whatever.
pretty much 16, 18, 17 all being flat out and then a chicane.
See, I always struggle. Staying flat out through 18 right before the bus stop.
I don't have issue with 18. I had issues with 16.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one though, because
Yeah.
I mean, angling that correctly and getting the run out so you can have Blanchimont flat out.
Yeah.
It can be tough. You're on board with
Okay,
George
Silvestri
Whitley.
seems to have broke the curse. He's now almost 2 seconds clear of Simmons and less than 8 tenths now.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
in
see how.
fairness, that's not a huge jump. It's only what, 700ths, but
Well,
still
yeah,
not too
but
bad.
that's like the first time he's under 8 tenths.
Yeah, that's fair. And now he's 6 tenths. Yeah, wow, he's broken the curse a little bit. I'm sure
Yeah,
we've
Whitley.
reinstated. I'm sure that by mentioning it, we've reinstated it. But
Yeah, and Whitley, meanwhile, straight line his way into top 10.
one thing I was surprised is Martin Smith going on the outside of Javier Eugeni in that beast of an M6. A little bit of contact.
Does a slight left tap. Meanwhile, Whitley is just enjoying that from behind,
Oh
closing in
yeah.
every straight.
Oh yeah. Now he's coming really close. If he can get in the toe in one of those straights, it's over.
I'm afraid we're gonna have another Ferrari 2019 engine situation.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
That can't be illegal.
Okay, so who is Taft got some going on? Oh yeah, lots.
That's still the three. Archie lost the position again.
Yep. These guys are gonna be the Three Stooges all day, I think.
I mean, at least they have fun, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'd rather be 17th. Well, I mean, I don't really battle for the championship, so maybe I'm
Yeah, I
biased,
would.
but I'd rather be 17th and fighting like these guys than first and cruising away like Matt Higgs is.
He definitely did curse Silvestri.
Oh no! He's down to 1.4. Oh, what a shame. Really quick,
Yeah,
let's have a look at Eugenian Smith. All right, about the same.
that's the issue. The guy is really fast on his good days, but he's not very consistent, is he?
Yeah,
Like, he can do great laps, but then he does two, like, mediocre slash weak laps.
yeah. He and I are similar in that way. Like yesterday, we had an enduro race, and I qualified 8th in my class, and I got up to 4th on the launch. I had a fantastic launch and first lap, and then the second lap I lost it on a corner I never lose it on, and that's to last place.
They
and
did
that's where
actually.
I stayed until my internet died.
I actually did have a great lunch today. I had steak.
Nice, I got it.
Would be really sad if you didn't, to be fair.
It would, yeah. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be the saddest thing I've ever done, though.
Yeah, it's true. I gotta give you that.
Thanks. And here we are back with Taft and Carnelosi, closer than ever. It looks like Archie's struggling to maintain pace, but I have no doubt as they battle more, that'll rectify itself. Ooh,
It was a
Carnelosi getting a terrible Rouge. Ooh, contact. Looked like that was a netcode issue. Taft still maintaining enough momentum to go alongside as they approach Lacombe.
we go to drag race.
Closes the door, and we begin another lap of musical chairs. So a quick look see at Martin Smith ahead. Oh wow, that battle is even closer than it was last lap.
Yeah, Whitley, as I said, Whitley just straight lines his way in there.
I wonder how because the M6 is one of the fastest cars, at least till the M4 showed up, is one of the fastest cars in a straight line, but it's terrible in the corners. Meanwhile, obviously the M4 is fast in a straight line, but how is it through the corners? Whitley doesn't seem to be gaining any time. He actually seems to be losing a little bit of time, but I don't know if that's skill related or car related. It is interesting having these two very fast straight line cars sandwiching the relatively moderate Ferrari.
Yeah. Ferrari just hangs for its dear life in the middle sector.
Basically. That's a cool shot. Although he seems to be gaining through Blanchimont on the outside of the bus stop, trying to cut back. No, he goes from outside to outside, and he makes it work. I did not expect that. Can we get another camera angle? Thank you. Wow, he got a great run out of that. Unfortunately, he's now got to deal with the Kemmel coming up in a couple of corners.
But it was a nice move.
It looked great. It'll be interesting to see the M6 versus the M4. Oh, they're just bearing down on him.
So scary. Imagine you being in a Ferrari and two Beamers.
He's probably praying for his life.
Yeah. On a camel. Let's see the M6 difference then.
The M4 has toe, and he looks to be a smidgen faster. Can we get a new camera? Thank you. It looks about the same, honestly. Maybe a little slower. Although, Eugenie, really interesting defensive line, but it ended up working.
To be fair, they both did have toe.
Oh, that's true. They did have toe, didn't they? So maybe the M4 is a little faster. Well,
Smith will definitely be glad that those two Beamers are fighting, so they leave him alone.
oh yeah, well, especially now that Smith's ahead, when he can make advantage of the Ferrari's superior cornering. I think they'll be dangerous to these two Beamers behind. Let's have a quick peek up at Silvestri, who's now back to 8/10 behind Castagna.
That's just a constant in this race, isn't it?
The curse is reinstated.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
back to 1.4.
Yeah. Those are literally the two most appearing numbers in the gap for him.
I think I know what I'm getting for my next lottery numbers.
Yeah.
0.8 and 1.4 are those numbers you can pick.
No, just get 8 and 14, I guess.
Not the same.
Well, no, but...
Saw a smidge of Whitley battling Eugenie. Okay, now as they come up to Blanchimont, it'll be interesting to see the pace difference. Let's get a helicam going here. It doesn't really look like there's any.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe Eugenie might be pulling away just a little bit.
Also depends on the setup. Like, if one of them is running much higher downforce, then...
That's true. So, Max Simmons
definitely
is...
a warning for Max.
Yeah, exactly. So Max can make any progress on Silvestri. That'll be good news for Castagno. And we'll have to see what that means for Silvestri, because like we said, he's been going back and forth this whole race. Let's have a quick check on Matthew Higgs. Sure, why not? Matthew Higgs, who's still out in front. Recently set the best lap, 2:19.1.
That's almost quality then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Smith pulled over 2 seconds on the Beamers already.
Oh yeah. So one thing interesting, the fates have aligned that Albert Hunter and Sean Kenny are now close. I mean, they're at least adjacent in the standings, or in the running order.
Oh yeah.
So that, I mean, that's not great news for AXRT, but it's better. Unfortunately, what they need is Wesley Stokes to get the lead out and start gaining on Tommaso Bino. Oh, Maxim is now down to 4/10, less than half a second.
Yeah, Silvestri lost a second.
So it's conceivable that he could have tow now. And the NSX and Ferrari being so evenly matched on the straights, that could be disaster for Silvestri. The NSX also has one of the best braking packages in the field, so I've been told. Oh, and Silvestri outbrakes himself a little bit. Oh wow, yeah, Simmons is right there.
I guess it all depends on how they get through Eau Rouge and Radillion.
That will be the really. Oh wow, Silvestri continues to outbrake himself. The source was not kind. I think he might be cracking a little bit. Oh yeah, Simmons had to let off a little bit. Oh wow. What does it look like? And George Whitley is our first taker for the pit stop. Ditto for Carnelosi. Oh, Simmons is gaining just a little bit. Not enough to make a dive unless he wants to be really, really bold.
I mean, John Marco could just go straight through the chicane.
It's true. Oh yeah, you can see the NSX just eat up that Ferrari under braking.
Yeah, Silvestri might also be struggling on his star seats.
It's
he
possible.
Seems to be constantly pushing the car.
But yeah, as we saw him after Lacombe, he was all sorts of bent out of shape on the line. So he's maybe trying to push a little bit too hard. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And now we've reached the point in the race where I have no idea what's going on. because people are starting to pit.
Yep. Whitley into the pits as well, Wesley Stokes.
Although in a plot twist I didn't see coming, it looks like Castagno is struggling a little bit to hold on as well.
Oh, he's
Silvestri's
just
reeling
lost
him
a
in.
second.
Yeah.
Might
So
turn into a three-way battle.
this could get really, really interesting really fast. Which I'm all in favor of.
Yes.
So if I were Max, I think that the Camel Straight. Ooh, wow, whoa! Yeah, wow. Okay, so there goes Castagno. I think he's had it. Maybe realizing his tires are a little cooked. Excuse me. So yeah, if I were Max, I would bank on trying to get as much of a run on a Camel Straight as possible so that he can overtake into the braking zone of turn 7. That's Lacombe right after the Camel. Although, with Carnellosi coming out of pits right now, this could get interesting fast.
No, they'll clear him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ageley and Butler also going for some pit stops. Nope, not enough pace. So what's going to be interesting is to see how the pit strategy comes into effect. Because as we know, Max Simmons likes to take his pits really late. But if he's smart, he could also use his positioning to put as much pressure on Silvestri as possible and try and get him to crack a little bit more. Because he's right there.
I think Silvestri's biggest shot is to just push the pit window as it gets so they go into the pits at the same time and then just hope he gets a better stop.
Yeah, I haven't followed Silvestri's pit delta at all this season. He's generally been pretty average.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Simmons has been all over the place usually. So I guess, yeah, it could come down to pit strategy. Who chose this camera? No. So now approaching Blanchimont.
Ferrari seems to be a tiny bit faster in a straight line.
Yeah, that checks out.
That equals it with the toe, I guess.
Yeah, it has to be infuriating for Simmons because what he needs to do is to. Oh,
And
so there goes
Silvestri's into the
Silvestri.
pits.
So he peeled off. So now it's up to Simmons to see how much time he can make up in this 5 minutes.
Well, at least those two we will know how it ended up.
Yeah, we'll
When
have
they
to
both pit.
take a look. Once they both out of the pits, we'll have to see. Albert Arjona also in the pits now.
Hicks also.
Hicks too. Yeah, good point.
So Simmons takes the lead of the race.
Indeed.
Is there still a point for that, or did they get rid of it?
No, there are no bonus points in this series, unfortunately. I really enjoyed that last season when we had a point for leading the race because it threw several championship bids way out of whack. Okay, so it looks like the most exciting thing right now is Tyler Ageley versus George Whitley. And we've got a rerun of earlier when he was battling with, I think it was also Ageley. Wasn't it Aston Martin, I think? Oh no, it was a Ferrari, never mind, it was Bino. My bad.
Whitley has already pitted while usually didn't. Ah, yeah, I see.
Eugenie has not yet pit, you're right. Ageley has, but he seems to be struggling a smidge to keep up with that Beamer. I have no clue how the Aston Martin drives. I remember when I tested it out when I was in 3D speed.
It's one of the most stable cars you can get.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember being really understeery and just planted, and I hated it.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy driving it at all.
Kind of curious we don't see Brandon Illett in here. The Lexus I think would do well on this track. It's a shame that he's not.
Did we have 19 cars when we started?
We had 20, including Neil Sutherland.
Yeah, so we lost someone.
So we did lose someone.
At some
See.
point.
We got 2 NSXs.
And Silvestre did lose time to Higgs in his pit stop. No, he didn't, no.
No, I don't think
He
so.
actually gained a bit. Yeah, he definitely gained.
Yeah, it
And
seems like it.
Arjona...
So now Castagno and Arjona are
and
right next to each
Castagno
other.
both. Yeah. Arjona
they're-
somehow got in front of Silvestre in the pits.
Damn it! I should have been paying more attention. Their freaking AXRT pit stop shenanigans are going on again. I don't know how they do this. They do this every
I
time.
have no idea, but Arjona suddenly appeared in a technically third place.
Because he and Kenny were battling for fifth, I believe.
Something like that. Yeah, they were quite a bit back.
Because Kenny was making his way up from like 11th, and
He lost
Arjona was on a recovery.
Who was driving the Mercedes?
Dominic Turcotte.
Then we lost Turcotte.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he did seem to have a lot of damage after that spin.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of stakes in this, but it's unfortunate.
Where does Simmons come out is the question.
Let's look at Silvestri versus Arjona. Which isn't really a battle that much.
2 seconds apart.
God damn it, it said 1 second earlier.
Where does Simmons come out? I'm really interested in that.
Oh yeah, he's in the pits now. Okay, so our last pit taker is in the pits. Looks like Silvestri's kind of got his act together a little bit. Maybe had a little bit of a self-pep talk. Because he's setting some pretty good laps.
Yeah, he must be quite upset about the getting jumped in the pits by Arjona.
No
but it's
doubt.
like a lot of time to gain through a pit stop.
Well, he jumped so many positions. He was 2 or 3 down from Silvestri. Because
Silvestri
is battling with Castagno. I don't understand. Ordinarily, I would say he did some fueling. Like
Simmons is ahead of Castagno.
Wait, wow. So
yeah, Simmons is ahead of Castagno.
No, wow.
Yeah.
So Castagno, no, Arjona. Wait. So Castagno lost some time. Arjona gained a whole bunch. Because Simmons is ahead of them both, and Silvestri lost a bunch too. So Kenny is, I would consider Kenny to be the baseline, because Kenny is right about where he was in position when they pitted. He was battling with Arjona, so Arjona gained probably 3 or 4 seconds. Oh no, probably more. 6 or 7 seconds, yeah.
Even more than that.
Oh yeah, because Kenny is 8 seconds
like
back
10.
on Silvestri. He gained like 11 seconds. How did he do that?
How did he do that without speeding?
Exactly. Man, these guys are magic sometimes.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Simmons gained a little bit of time and Castagno lost a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably 3 or 4 seconds between the two.
Over the pit stops.
So
that
now
will be really sad for Silvestri losing his podium like that.
We must have. I think we lost another driver because where's Butler?
Oh yeah, we're down. To
we're down 1 Lamborghini.
18. Yeah, we're down to 18.
George Whitley versus John Archie getting really close. I believe this is Bouin. It looks like it. They're getting real close.
I know you said you didn't like this Beamer, but it looks meaner than the M6.
I know it. I won't doubt that it looks meaner. I think it's
especially when it's like right on your rear bumper, it does look quite menacing.
Oh, I'd say it looks very menacing. Of all the things that they've changed about the car in the latest,
I've never seen a car express this much emotions with just its grille.
Exactly. I will not argue it. Between its massive size, the angry headlights, and the giant grille, it's a very mean-looking car. That's for sure. Freaking, let me choose who to look at, stupid camera.
But Silvestri is gaining on Arjona. quite significantly actually.
Oh yeah, he's down to under a second.
So he's just gonna be jumping between 8 tenths and 1.4 again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different Porsche, but still.
Yeah, it's a Porsche. There's 8/10. 0.799. I'll round up.
Spanish Porsche at that.
So is that right? Is our okay? Yes. For some reason, I must have seen a mirage or something because it looked like Arjona was really close to Castagna. Why give us this camera? He's not really losing any time. Arjona may be struggling a little bit, which might explain why he qualified so poorly.
He didn't. He lost a lot of positions at the start, I think. I'm pretty sure they qualified.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah,
3
you're
and
right.
4.
They were real close to each other. Ooh, Silvestri goes off
Oh no.
in the run up to Pouen. Looks like he's
Silvestri
pushing.
was first, Simmons. Higgs was second. Then was 2 Porsches and then Simmons. So Simmons gained quite significant amount.
Yeah, Simmons is the winner here so far. Silvestri didn't spin, didn't actually lose that much time. How much you want to bet he's 1.4 seconds down now?
Probably.
Ah, 2.6.
It's much more.
It's much worse than that.
Well, now he has the option to get it down to 1.4.
Yeah. You know, Whitley versus Archie, still hot as ever. An interesting line he's taking there. Not entirely sure what corner this is. Oh, this is the run up to I think it's Stavlo. I don't want to be Archie right now. Coming up to Blanchimont with an M4 behind you and an NSX. Let's see how he tries to navigate it, because even though he's definitely got the straight line advantage, Whitley is gonna have a challenge trying to get this set up for the frickin' the bus stop.
He's not gonna go for it.
Especially when the NSX can brake so late.
You can't outbrake the NSX, no.
You can't. But then he's still got La Source and Eau Rouge to deal with, so if he can hold on long enough to get to the Kemmel, I won't say he's got it made, but he's definitely set up for success there. Silvestri up ahead is gaining to Arjona, but not much.
It shouldn't be that hard for him to gain since he has nobody like threatening him from behind. He could just get his head down and just focus on lapping. But then again, it's Silvestri. He really does go all in, or doesn't go at all.
Okay, Whitley's gonna try and go on the outside.
Can't outbrake, just... The NSX is actually great for defending in that matter.
He's got no tire pressure.
Huh.
That's why he's not cornering very well.
Oh yeah, 4 punctures at once, man.
He ran over a porcupine. Ooh, going on the inside of Blanchimont? He had a look at least. That was, not sure about that one.
Yeah, his best option is to go for it in the corners where you don't brake.
Yeah, good point. Actually, yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea.
Oh, nah.
He's getting real aggressive, like.
I mean, it's not he's been like this.
I
guess the car kind of forces you to when it looks like this.
Yeah, right. Oh, we're on the inside of...
oh no! He got real impatient.
He took out Archie, yeah, a little over-aggression.
But he lets Archie go.
He's waiting for him to... Yeah, I mean, there'd be some penalties involved if he didn't, though.
Yeah. Oh, we have that rule.
Yeah.
Oh, I should... I mean, it wasn't the rule for the season I raced, so hey.
Yeah, that's fair. Mr. Taft now dealing with Tyler Ageley. Taft has just not been able to avoid the fights today. Which, depending on how you look at it, could be a good thing or a bad thing. I do love the sound of that McLaren.
I don't.
Really?
It's way too loud.
It's too loud.
Yeah.
The race car.
It sounds like a chainsaw.
Oh, you don't like chainsaws?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. For me, it balances the growly, rumbly like American V8 tone
Yeah.
with the kind of Ferrari, you know, more high pitched V8. Oh, John Archie going way on the outside of Eau Rouge.
Both went wide on a different side.
That was scary.
Yep.
It wouldn't have taken a lot of imagination to imagine that being a horrific crash.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the top 5, 6, really 7 have just kind of gone on autopilot.
Yeah.
No one's really made any moves or anything.
Went on cruise control.
Exactly. So Archie is not in an enviable position, aside from potentially having damage from when Whitley hit him. And maybe some cooked tires from that off at Eau Rouge. The NSX is really its
He
best
wasn't
places.
really sideways, was he? In Eau Rouge, at least.
Oh yeah,
I mean, when
I
he
guess
got
you're
hit,
right.
he was.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We'll have to see because Archie, the NSX is good, but unfortunately, it's only good in the places where it's hard to pass.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty decent cornering advantage over Whitley, but not that much. He's really his bread and butter is really in the braking zones.
Yeah, the car is better for defending than attacking, I'd argue.
Yeah, I agree, and especially now that he's out of the draft.
Silvestri closed the gap again, slowly.
Yeah. So the number of the day is 6. Everyone seems to be 6 seconds. Ooh, Tyler Ageley messes up the bus stop. But he's now right behind Taft. Maybe he can go for a dive into La Source as we approach our 15-minute remaining mark.
Oh, slowly approaching it.
Ooh, it's getting tense. Ooh, Taft has a squirrely moment coming out of Eau Rouge and Radion.
It was well held.
Yeah. But is he going to try and outbrake Ageley?
And here comes the Beamer.
Oh god, it's so terrifying. Have you seen the giant M8 memes when the M8 GTE was still racing?
No, I haven't.
Well, there's an image. I think it was a 2017 24 Hours of Le Mans, where the new GT, the Ford GT, was racing, and there was an M8 right behind it, and unphotoshopped even the M8 just looks like someone photoshopped it to be extra large.
Oh.
Like it looks comically huge, and so then some people took it upon themselves to like slightly make it a little bit extra larger, and then the internet being what it is, then we soon have like battleship sized
I
M8s.
found it. I found it.
They're so funny.
I didn't know that they actually did racing with the new GT with how limited the car was. Damn.
Yeah, only 4 or 5 years, and they were all factory Ford teams or Chip Ganassi.
Well, yeah,
but
they don't even let you drive it without like permission from them. So I would imagine it would be factory teams.
yeah, there was one team that raced the Rolex 24 at Daytona, privateer Ford GT, but they had some huge penalty for, I think it was fuel tank size or something.
Huh.
I don't remember exactly, and then they never raced again. It was the Wins, WYNNS. That was an interesting livery. It's purple.
Yeah, Jesus, the car was huge.
The M8.
Even by default. Yeah.
It's funny because I mean my favorite part about it is that you can some of those memes or some of the original pictures I couldn't tell if they were memes or not. Like they were, it just looks slightly off, slightly too big. I'm like, did someone modify this?
And then there are the hilarious
Then there's the like Giga Kubica
Yeah.
rip-off ones.
Pretty sure this one is on Photoshop. Jesus.
My favorite, one of my favorites. There's the one that's like, you know how Spencer Taft goes around the outside of Tyler Ageley in the Kemmel. You know those ship charts where they'll have like different ships compared to each other in like length and profile and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there's one of them with like the U.S. They're the Japanese Yamato battleship, and then an M8 that's like twice the size.
Nice. Why? What is AV1? I can't consider.
I mean, there's no secret that we used to call the Bentley. There are a shorthand for the Bentley in this game is the Boatley, because
Yeah.
that thing's a beast too. And sure enough, Whitley has joined the fray in Tyler Ageley versus Spencer Taft. What have you sent me here?
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, I just got a notification from you. Interesting. Discord. So is anything going on up the board? It doesn't seem so. Silvestri's still 2 seconds. Arjona's still 2 seconds. Looks like Castano's falling a little bit from Simmons. Yep, I've seen those. I love the one with the tiny GTs.
Yeah.
They're like little toy cars. And like they're strangely quality photoshops too.
Yeah. Okay, this is just a chaotic picture. What the hell?
I haven't seen that one. There's like a Daihatsu and of course there's what's his face? Ah, damn it, no, I know. Damn it, Fernando Alonso, that's right.
I love the internet.
Toyota Prius. Oh wait, that's just a GT 500 thing.
Yeah.
I forgot that Toyota actually raced the Prius in that series for a while. Okay, let's see Whitley.
This is the non-Photoshop. It's actually not.
Yeah, see, like it looks like it could be a Photoshop still though.
Yeah.
There is one video on YouTube. I'll see if I can find it. At Laguna Seca, where it's like in. Oh, here, yeah, I think here it is. Yeah, there it is. It wasn't at Laguna Seca, I guess, but it's just like video form. It's so funny.
I will see. No.
So good. Before Giga Kubica existed, there was the original BMW Big Boy.
I'm pretty sure Giga Kubica is older than that.
Yeah, that's what I think too. But
Oh yeah.
there's a new one that was released like a month ago or something. It's also pretty
Speaking
funny.
of Giga things.
Yep.
Have this.
Oh, Whitley trying to go around the outside of Ageley.
I can't get it done.
Getting the cutback on the. Yep, that wasn't gonna happen. I mean, there's a possibility, but it was bold. Oh no.
Arjona is closing in on Castano.
Oh yeah, he's gained a full second in the last couple of laps. And the last 10 minutes, we've got a couple of battles opening up. Carnelossi versus Bino, Whitley versus Ageley, Bessie versus Eugenie, arguably. So if Castano isn't careful, he could have Arjona and Silvestri breathing down his neck. Let's have a look-see. Whitley. Couldn't get it done on the camel. That's going to be another lap of waiting, angrily, impatiently. Oh, wait. He had a look for a second. That's not going to happen. Oh, maybe.
Looking for a second
Oh!
victim in this corner.
It's possible. They are close.
Sorry.
Wow, that's okay. Nice, nice move for Whitley. I did not expect that pass to work out at all.
Yeah.
Now gonna
It's
have to
quite
defend on
surprising.
Pool. Yeah, he's gonna keep it. All right, tip of the hat. That was a good move. Oh, we had a car. I think we had a tire squealing. Did Ageley go off? Yes, he did. So Ageley's now we have another train again. Well,
Yeah, with Beamer leading the train, I don't think the train will last.
I mean, you never know. Now that the Beamer doesn't have the tow and everyone else does, that might be an interesting fight. And Spencer Taft just can't stay out of trouble today, can he? Bessie versus Eugenie. Just coming up to the source. Arjona and Castano up in second or third and fourth are staying about the same distance. Meanwhile, Silvestri's dropping about 4/10. So we're starting to get into that point of that race where people they have to start thinking about making those last ditch Hail Marys, or start planning them out at least.
Yeah.
So the real question, let's see where we're at. Well, I think short of some giant tragedy, oh, Arjona's still catching Castano actually. He's got another quarter of a second. That could be problematic. If Arjona catches Castano, that could be very awkward for the teammates. And if that happens too quickly, they could start causing problems for each other. And maybe Silvestri would try and take advantage of that.
Let's have to wait and see.
I know one race, Mika Watt and I were teammates. We found ourselves battling with each other, and I wish that pain upon nobody. That was extremely awkward. Because he was coming up on me, and I'm a little bit slower than him usually. But for some reason today or that day, I was not that much slower, and so he was trying to get past me, but I didn't want to, give up my position too much. But trying to find a place to let him by. Ooh, oh! Bessie with a move on Eugenie. That was a little mean.
That was a dive and a half.
Eugenie ended up ahead. I don't think he got any track limit warnings. It's possible, but I don't think so. Bessie
I'm pretty
continues
sure
to
he
fight.
didn't gain time from there.
So Bessie waited a pretty long time on that accelerator pedal. Not entirely sure why. This is going to be awkward coming into Radion and La Rouge.
Oh.
Oh, Rouge, that's right. Why say La Rouge? Because I'm thinking French. I don't know.
Well, it is French.
So let's have a little quick peek at Taft. He's right behind Ageley, and where the hell did Whitley go? Oh, he's checked out. I kind of wish I'd seen what happened there. A really bold move. Oh, and he closes the door as Whitley goes off in the foreground.
What did Whitley do?
I've never seen that happen on that turn. Maybe he just got a little bit sideways as he was applying the throttle. I don't know. Kind of strange. I kind of want to do a replay, but I feel like it'll break something.
Is it worth the risk? I don't think so. Although I'm really curious.
You're what?
I'm really curious about
If it'll break it.
No, what happened?
Well, I think it's too late now. We have a maximum time limit of 30 seconds to go back, so we can find it in the replay if we really want to.
Yeah, not that interested. No.
So, Arjona has kind of stabilized behind Castagno, but I wonder if that's maybe him trying to keep off his teammate, because Silvestri's gaining. He's gained about 3/10 in the last half a lap or so.
Yeah.
And if Silvestri pulls out all the stops, as he has done sometimes, this could be very awkward soon.
Also, I must say, still no drive-through for Silvestri. That's an improvement.
Yeah.
Especially on Spa.
I don't think anyone's gotten a...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think
really
anyone's gotten a penalty
with,
today.
Yeah, that's really surprising with Orush and Radion.
Bessie with a huge cutback. Oh, there, as we say that, Carnelosi with a drive-through.
Ah.
Commentator's curse.
It does work, doesn't it?
Oh, yep, there's Carnelosi serving that. I don't know why. Stop, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, that's a death sentence on this track, isn't it?
Yep. So, real quick look, Arjona is now caught up to his teammate, and Silvestri continues to make pace on them both just a little bit. They've got... Where's Matt Higgs going? He's approaching Blanchimont. So there's going to be one more lap. Yeah, I was looking at this one.
I'm not sure if that's enough for Silvestri to get close, let alone make a move.
You never know.
I mean, double overtake would be nice. I would love to see Silvestri on podium.
Oh yeah, I forgot this is the battle for third. He's still in the last sector. He got him by about a tenth. Not a lot, but once he gets into shall we say vacuum stuck range, it could change.
And Arjona gets a drive-through.
Arjona got a drive-through. Oh, you're right. Oh no, on the last lap or second to last lap.
He's gonna serve it now.
Oh, tragedy strikes. What happened? I didn't even see him go off anywhere.
Yeah.
That looked pretty clean to me. Alright, well. Oh, tragedy.
He recovered so much with the pit stop and then he just gets a drive-through. Quite ironic, right? He gained in pits, now he loses in pits.
Oh, wow. It's so poetic.
Yeah.
Oh,
which means Silvestri gained quite a lot on Castagno.
Oh yeah, well he was several seconds out, and both he and Arjona were gaining pretty heavily. I wonder if Castagno might be worried about fuel or something.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible news for Arjona. If there's one thing he didn't need, it was a drive-through on the second to last lap.
That's racing, I guess. To be fair, Carnelosi didn't come out last.
On Spa too.
Carnelosi didn't come out last, so I guess that's success.
Yeah.
Let's see where Arjona comes out.
That's gonna put huge pressure on the last races at Bathurst. Oh man. Well, now we never have no reason to be watching this. Let's watch Bessie. Who's going for a dive on the outside of Eugenie.
Gets way
a really deep dive.
Yeah, again, hands the position back.
And a stop and go penalty for Arjona. Oh no!
He speeded, he got frustrated.
He sped in the pits.
Oh man. I would just rage quit if I was him, honestly.
No, he can't. His team can't afford to.
Yeah.
If he rage quits, that's probably it for AXRT.
That's just disaster, isn't it? Yeah, it seems like Silvestri's podium hopes are not there.
Yeah. Well, Silvestri's lost some time on Castagno.
Yeah. I mean, Castaño can get a drive-through, no? On the last corner.
Oh, well, Castagno's got 2.2 seconds on Silvestri. If he gets a drive-through, that's all on him. This is a nightmare for XRT. I mean, thankfully they've got the one-person advantage, but that's going to put a lot of pressure on their on the next race. Then we got our finishers: Matt Higgs in first, Max Simmons second, Javier Castaño Muniz third, Gianmarco Silvestri fourth, Sean Kenny fifth, Martin Smith sixth, Alan Carnelosi 16th, and Jeremy Reeder 17th so far. And I was just about to comment how this race has been relatively drama-free.
Yeah.
We didn't even have any penalties until the last 5 minutes.
Before we talked about it, quite
Exactly.
literally.
Commentators' curses in full effect.
Once we mentioned it.
Marco Bessi, Javier Eugeni settle their battle. Bessi barely holding on to 7th place. Spencer Taft now 9th. Tyler Ageley 10th. Albert Arjona unable to serve his penalty. Oh, 160 seconds.
Jesus.
That is brutal.
Oh, apparently Silvestri gained 3 warnings towards the middle of the race, but he managed to not get the 4th one. So good on
Really?
him.
And there's Matt Higgs doing some celebratory donuts.
That might be why he was driving cautiously and losing time through some sectors.
Well, as we can see from Arjona's play, it's madness in the source here. What's happening? All the cars are spinning. Wow, that is well, I mean that's what you get, you know. You gotta keep your head on your shoulders. I mean, props to Silvestri for keeping it tidy to get his first. I think that's his best result in the championship so far. Yes, by a long shot. We're actually at a 7th place at Brands Hatch, but congrats. Oh man, so that is our race. Spa-Francorchamps, what a race that is. Congrats to Matt Higgs, Max Simmons, Javier Castaño, Gianmarco Silvestri, all the above. Good racing. It was very clean until the last 5 minutes or so. I guess it could only go that way, huh? But yeah, so it'll have to all come into a head as we prepare for January 2nd, which is Bathurst, our double parking, our final race of the season. Man, everything's all the marbles are on the line. It's all or nothing for XRT versus Optimum, because XRT is gonna catch up, but not by as much as they were hoping. They'll probably still have 60 or 70 points to gain, and that's a dangerous position for them to be in. Anyhow, that is our race. Like I said, next race, January 2nd, we're having an off week for Christmas, but we'll be back for the New Year's on January 2nd, Bathurst. I look forward to seeing you there. Can't wait to see how this whole thing boils out. Oh, man. Anyhow, I am Cole McCray. This has been Adam Brosh. Do you have anything last to say to our audience?
I don't think I do.
All right. Well, it's been good to have you. If you liked what you've seen, visit us, esr-race.org. Link in the description. We've got a Discord. We do all sorts of racing here. Everything all the way down from Wreckfest through this series and other ones like it. We're actually doing some racing right after this, so join us for that if you want. esr-race.org. Oh, also we're doing rallying now. So if you have Dirt Rally 2.0, it's pretty chill. Join us. We just recently broke 12 concurrent members, so we're really excited about that. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Join us for the finale at Bathurst. Bye bye.
I...